So first up today, opening day, of course, for the Milwaukee Brewers was supposed to be 3.5 weeks ago. But as we all know, the season was suspended. So what are the players and the coaches up to now? And when will fans be headed back to the old ballpark?
Craig Counsell is the team's manager. He's at home like everybody else these days, and he agreed to chat with us. So good morning to you, Craig.
Good morning.
Thanks for joining us today. You know, here's the deal. I think everybody's just so sad about so many things going on in the world, but we're talking baseball today. So that's what we want to get with. And what are your first thoughts? Like when you first heard that the season was going to be suspended, what were your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of a gradual, it started as, people started talking about the virus, and I don't think any of us were sure how it was going to affect us, if it was going to affect us. At some point, I think we knew in the sports world, a couple of the Utah Jazz players tested positive in the NBA, and I think that's when we knew that things were going to change significantly. And then it really happened very fast, from kind of suspending a couple games to really delaying the season. So it happened fast, kind of in mid-March, and we've been on hold ever since.
I think that's the thing about baseball that's so extraordinary is you have something like 162 games in a season. It goes about 6 months. I mean, that's a lot of games to try to get in. And I'm thinking some people like double headers. I'm thinking you're going to do like triple games on a day to get them all in. I mean, as you look toward the future, are you going to have to, do you think, make up all those games and then have like the World Series on Christmas Day or something?
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I think what we all know is that, first of all, we hope we play, and we don't know right now if that's going to happen. And I think, but if we do play, I think what we all hope, we know that it's going to be different, right? We're going to all have to make kind of an adjustment. I don't know about a triple header, but I think some double headers would be involved. I think they'll have to change some rules, because we're all just going to have to be flexible about something that's the new normal. I think you're starting to hear that phrase a little bit. So we got to be ready for all that. And I think our guys will. I think we all will. We know that these are uncharted waters, and everybody's got to be flexible.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, first and foremost, I need to compliment you on your quarantine hair, because you're like killing it. Looks good, Craig. But second of all, I want to know, what are the players doing now? Are they all at home? Are they working out with trainers through video apps, or working on base? What are they actually doing right now?
Yeah, I think every player is in a little bit different spot. Kind of depends what you have access to. But they're all working out. They're all doing something. They're athletes, so they need to work out. It's who they are. And so they're all working out. And I don't really have any questions about that or worries about that. I know it's part of this not having a date, but knowing that, there's hope for a season, makes them work out. So it's a lot like the off season right now, and they're training and getting ready for what we hope is a partial season.
I wonder about spring training, especially cuts, because you were at such a critical stage at the time that you left Arizona and came home. I mean, can you make cuts without a preseason and without all that spring stuff that comes before opening day?
Yeah, there'll have to be some kind of spring if we were to start again. And so we'll have to bring more than just the roster that you'd see on opening day. And we'll probably have to play with a bigger roster if we would play, just to help avoid injuries, frankly. So that's all kind of yet to be determined, and hopefully we have to make all those decisions as how that works. But that's why a lot of these questions are so intimidating, because every question is like if or how, and so we don't have answers to those questions because we've never done them. So we're all going to have to figure that out and know that some of the answers are going to be a little weird.
Yeah, clearly you know nothing like the rest of the world. So we're on board with that. We're just going to wait and see as you do. Baseball aside, what's the first thing you're going to do when the quarantine's over, Craig?
Well, I don't think baseball aside, because my work has been so shut. I think for all of us, like there's a degrees of how this has affected work or our lives, and for us, that's like in the entertainment world, it's been such a dramatic. It's been a dramatic effect. So just like going to work would be a thrill, because I haven't worked since March 10th really, as far as like what I normally do. So that's going to be a thrill, just to go and and be around and be in the locker room. I think will be just a thrill, and something you figure out you miss a lot. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, I have kids at home, and that's the reason I come to the studio and Tiff stays at home, because you got to have a little time away from everybody. But it makes me wonder too, while you're at home, are you doing any of the cooking, for example?
Yeah, for sure. I enjoy to cook. I enjoy cooking, and that. Look, I think when we all get through this, you think about like what do you love about it, and then I still love, we all love getting the family together for dinner, and so that's, moments of gratitude that we still have to have during this thing. For me, it's like, having 5 people sit at our kitchen island and eat dinner together. You got to take the small things, and but it's not a small thing, and I really do have gratitude for that.
Yeah, isn't it true? I think we're all coming out of this situation with so much respect and a new love of so many things in our lives. We need to know something, though. Molly was on this giant campaign a while ago about having Yelich on the yellow couch. Is there any possibility, any chance we can get him on our yellow couch basically through FaceTime or Skype right now?
So now I know why you guys asked me to be on the show.
We're so busted. We're so
You had
busted.
absolutely no interest in any of my answers until this question.
Not true.
That's very true. Yes. So I'm going to say I don't know. I'm going to say no. There's no chance. Absolutely no chance.
Darn it!
You can't force them to do that? Like, say I'm going to take you out of the batting order if you don't talk to Molly and Tiffany? Okay, I'll kid you.
I have a limited number of asks with Christian. That will not be one of them.
Okay, I got you. That's fair. That's fair.
Fair enough, yeah.
Lastly, though, Craig, I want to ask you about that great picture that you took when you left the field at Maryvale. It's an extraordinary rainbow that you caught there, and I just have to know, what were you thinking at that moment that you took the picture, leaving the field, not knowing if you'd be back there or what was going to happen in the baseball season?
Yeah, it was so, it was so ironic and just a little bit eerie, frankly. The day that everything, that really we were told, hey, we're breaking apart and the season is on hold, was that day that I took the picture. And it had stormed like nothing I'd ever seen in Phoenix. It hailed. There was like chunks of ice all over the ground. And then right post-storm, I walked out. It was late in the afternoon, and there was this incredible sky with the rainbow. And yeah, I mean, I stopped and thought like, what does this mean? I hope it means there's something good at the end of this. That's what I thought. And that's why I took the picture and hope it means there is something good at the end of this.
Yeah.
What a beautiful moral to this story, right?
Yeah, and rainbows mean hope. So I think we're all hopeful, Craig, that you guys can get back as soon as possible. I know you don't love media interviews, so I so appreciate you doing this with us today. You're always a good sport to put up with Tiffany.
Yeah.
And if you do talk to Christian Yelich, tell him we're not so bad.
Yeah.
I will. I will.
Nice.
I'll put in a good plug for you guys.
All right. Thanks so much, Craig. Appreciate your time.
Thanks, Craig.
All right. Have a great day.
You too.